Hey YouTube, it's Mr. North14 and today I'm doing a review on the Vizio 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos surround bar, and this is a 9-month review. So I've had it for about 9 months. The reason why I'm doing this 9-month review is because Vizio just came out with an update. Okay, it's the 1.12.03.1, and I have to confess this is probably the best firmware update to date. And how you know that you are into that update, if your volume goes up by 3, as you can see here, if it goes up by 3, then you have that 1.12.03.1 update. Now again, the reason why I'm excited about this update is because they fixed a lot of issues with the soundbar. Now again, this is the 36-inch up-firing speakers in the bar, and then it has 2 satellite speakers and a subwoofer, a 10-inch subwoofer in the back. And like I said, they fixed a lot of issues. One thing is just the Dolby Atmos quality is far superior in this update than in the 1.10 of the previous update. Now, what I like the most about it is the app itself. Now, this has an Android app with it, and it just allows you to control so much more than the regular remote does. Now the remote does let you control things, but it's really hard to understand because it doesn't have that digital screen. Okay, so you can control the surround sound volume, how loud your surround sound is. Okay, you can control the volume of the up firing speakers, how loud they are, and also you can control to the point where you can, like, this doesn't have DTSX, but it has DTSX virtual. And then in the height speakers, you can turn virtual on. And the difference between DTSX virtual and Dolby Atmos is that the DTSX virtual makes it seem like you have a lot more speakers in the room. Like here, 5.12, it's like letting you think you have a 9.1.2. Or even an 11.1.2. It's like it's putting you in like a dome. Okay, compared to where the Dolby Atmos is just throwing sound around the room and across your ear, in front of you and behind you. It's putting you in this enclosed dome of sound, and it's like really personal to you. And like I said, this firmware update has really distinguished between the two sounds, between Dolby Atmos and the DTSX virtual. Okay, so just to give you an example, but let me say this: the Dolby Atmos is still superior to the DTX virtual, I believe, to my ears. But it's just nice that you have those two forms of audio that you can switch between and then have a whole different experience when you're using these speakers. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these speakers, because right now you can get them for $350 at Sam's Club. Now I got mine for $300 about last Christmas. When I seen that price for $300, I had to take a chance and see if I could get good Dolby Atmos sound from an inexpensive piece of equipment, especially a sound bar, because I went out and bought, like I said in my the review before this, is that I went out and bought some Damson 5.1.2, supposed to be the first Bluetooth, and it was horrible. I mean, I didn't enjoy it. Within the first week, I returned that. Okay, but the beauty of this sound bar is I haven't had any issues. I know I've read that people have had issues with the TV connection, and then when people doing tests on the internet and they're reviewing them, they're saying, well, we're not going to do the Vizio because we're having issues. But I haven't. I have a Hisense 50-inch 4K HDR TV, the sound bar, and I have it hooked up via an Xbox One X, and I haven't had any issues. Because it's hooked up to the Xbox One X, I get Dolby Atmos. It doesn't matter what I'm listening to or what's hooked up to it. Like I have my TiVo Mini hooked up, I'm getting Dolby Atmos sound. Even when I'm watching shows, my regular TV shows, the Xbox is processing it like it's it's in Dolby Atmos. So everything I listen to, from video games to Netflix to Amazon Video, all are in HDR 4K. So like I said, that's awesome. And then I'm on top of that, I'm getting the Dolby Atmos sound. Now I was telling you, well, one of the things that really told me how awesome this new update was is I was watching Avengers Endgame. And you know when they do the Marvel credits in the beginning, when you're sitting there, they do the Marvel credits, and you're sitting there, and they play this song in the beginning after, he's looking for his family. It comes in, and thunder comes in, and then he's looking for his family, and the audio was so crisp and clear. I don't know if it was the processing of the movie audio or whatever, but me and my wife was watching it, and we were mesmerized by the pure quality of the sound. And it was a Bob Dylan type guy. I don't even know if it was Bob Dylan. It was an awful song. Wouldn't nothing that I would ever listen to, but it just mesmerized us, and we sat there and we looked at each other, and we was like, wow, is that the quality of the music coming out of these speakers? So I went to my Amazon Music, tried it, was getting that same crisp, awesome audio sound, and I was like, man, they should make Dolby Atmos for music, and throw music around the room, because it was just so crisp, so clear. You could hear almost like every instrument. And so, like I said, I'm really excited about this new update. So I would say for $350, folks, you got to go out and get these Vizio 5.1.2. If you can get the 5.1.4, I would say please get the 5.1.4, because they have the rear upfiring satellite speakers, so you're getting that effect where sound is hitting off your ceiling from the front of you and behind you, from the sound bar and from the satellite speaker. But I'm happy with my 5.1.2s, because like I said, I get the upfiring from the front, I get the surround sound, I get the throwing of objects, such as cars flying by my ears, arrows, all kinds of stuff. But the added enjoyment, like I said, is being able to do the DTS:X virtual, and it's putting you in a little dome of sound, and you sitting there, and it's very personal and amazing. So if you have a chance and you're going by Sam's, or you have a chance to go online and pick these speakers up, I would say please pick them up. They're going to keep coming out with updates, and I salute the Vizio guys for the firmware updates. Keep them coming. Keep them, improving the quality of these speakers. I know there's a lot of negative stuff people are saying about these speakers, but I can only tell you from my own experience that with my Xbox One X, it plays perfectly. I've never had an issue, except when the new update came out, the 4K and the HDR wasn't working. So I just unplugged my sound bar, did a hard reset. That's just a factory reset. Then I did a soft reset, and then I plugged it back in, my HDMI cables back into the back of the sound bar, and I was able then to reset up my 4K and HDR and the Dolby Atmos and everything was working fine. And so that took like 5 minutes, because usually people don't understand, when you get an update with anything you get, you should factory reset it You know, just so that that firmware is working correctly. And a lot of people don't know that. I'm talking about from your routers to your modems. Whenever you get a factory update with anything, whenever you get a firmware update, always factory reset whatever you have. And then just set it back up, because that means it's going to run better. Okay? I'm Mr. North 14. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.